know.
Okay. So now I don't have to use the microphone. Okay, she is. I know, I just noticed that too.
Everything's dead.
I'll call this meeting to order. Roll call. Mayor Juarez. Here. President McCarthy. Council Butcher. Here. Council Newmiller.
Here.
Council Sutherland.
Here.
I'd like to note that President McCarthy has an excused absence. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'm going to read a proclamation in honor of the VFW they requested. This is their, I believe, 129th year, or I'm sorry, 125th anniversary. So I think we have a couple members in the gallery joining us today from the VFW. Proclamation, Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States, 125th anniversary, September 29th, 2024. Whereas the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States, VFW, was founded in 1899 by a small group of veterans whom returned from campaigns on Cuba and in the Philippines, banded together to create a veterans organization that would advocate on behalf of all veterans. And whereas the VFW is a non-profit veterans service organization comprised of eligible veterans and military service members from the active Guard and Reserve forces. And whereas the VFW's mission is to foster camaraderie among the United States veterans of overseas conflicts, to serve our veterans, the military, and our communities, and to advocate on behalf of all the veterans. And whereas, since its inception, the VFW has been instrumental in the establishment of the Veterans Administration, the National Cemetery System, and the creation of every National Veterans Memorial. And whereas the VFW has played a vital role in virtually every significant piece of veterans legislation passed in the 20th and 21st centuries, to include honoring the Our Pact Act, the most significant expansion of veterans benefits in history. And whereas the VFW's 125th anniversary is being observed on September 29th, 2024, this date shall officially be known as VFW Day. And now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Leah Juarez, Mayor of Mills, do hereby proclaim September 29th as VFW Day in honor of the VFW's invaluable contributions to the veterans community in Mills and around the world. We hereby stand with the VFW to ensure veterans are respected for their service, always receive their earned entitlements, and are recognized for the sacrifices they and their loved ones have made on behalf of this great country. Thank you very much for attending, for your service. I appreciate it. At this time, I'm going to close the regular council meeting and open for a public hearing. I now declare the public hearing for the consideration for Rowan rezoning request and mobile home park development plan. The hearing will be conducted in accordance with state statutes, Mills Council procedures, and other applicable laws. The hearing has been set and advertised in accordance with the state statutes. I would ask those individuals who wish to address the council on this issue to approach the lectern and state your name for the record. Do we have a report from staff on this item?
Yes, Madam Mayor and Council, this, the Rowan rezoning and associated development plan is for Lot 2 of Hayes Simple Subdivision to be rezoned from Manufactured Home District to Manufactured Home Park District. And per the land development regulations, the rezoning to the mobile home park district requires a development plan showing the layout of the park in compliance with the standards in section 45.25. Currently the property is a non-conforming use and only one home is allowed per parcel. With the new zoning that's being requested, more homes would be allowed to be placed on the property with the 8 existing homes. And also note that per section 45.258D, the MP zoning district does allow for 15% of the spaces within the park to be occupied by a recreational vehicle. The Planning Commission reviewed in this case at their September 5th meeting and made a due pass recommendation on the rezoning request and approval of the accompanying development plan. And all planning considerations have been completed, and staff also recommends approval of the rezoning and development plan. And the applicant is here to answer questions.
Thank you. Does council have any questions at this time?
No.
Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak in favor of this item? Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak in favor of this item? And for a third time, is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak in favor of this item? Is there anyone in the audience wishing to speak in opposition of this item? Is there anyone in the audience wishing to speak in opposition of this item? And for a third time, is there anyone in the audience wishing to speak in opposition of this item? There being no others to speak for or against this item, I now declare this public hearing closed. This time we're going to reopen the regular city council meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Is there any discussion? How does council vote? Aye.
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 Motion passes. It's gonna throw me off, missing one. At this time, we're gonna go into open discussion. If you have anything that you'd like to share with the council or any comments to make, please approach the lectern. State your name for the record, and just keep in mind that we have a 5-minute time on the wall there that counts you down. So anyone who wishes to speak to the council or address the council?
Hi, I'm Lucille Sutherland, and I live at 168 North 5th Avenue. I'm concerned about this new bus stop up by the Maverick. My husband and I have gone up there, and semis are coming out of that backside right in the middle of those kids. We've watched a big water truck run right through them, and they shut the bus lights off. It's just not a good place. There's people hanging around there that one of them touched, this has been not at the bus stop, but inside when his parents were there, touched my grandson. And they had a sheriff there, and the guy said, well, he was sorry for that, but he got caught that time. It's just not a safe place for the kids. And they shut the bus lights off. When it first pulls up and stops, they shut their lights off, and the kids are still getting out of the bus, and they're all over the street. It's just not a safe place. We have a lot down there where they were at the old school, where they pulled in and dropped some off. And the kids that aren't in that neighborhood could get off there if they came through, and then find maybe the church would let them drop the kids off that go to that apartment building. But I don't feel this is very safe at all.
We have, one of our staff had reached out to the school district. I'm not sure where that fell. That's a school district determination where that bus stop is. And then we had some officers sit and patrol the area to kind of see what was going on. And there was a little bit of double parking going, and so the enforcement there. But all we can do is kind of advocate on behalf of the community, but we can't make them change it, so it's kind of up to the school district on where they want to place that. So,
That's my next stop.
yeah, so, we're still trying to get to any sort of resolution on our end, but right now it's, they're looking into it as well, so, yeah.
Okay, that's, I'm gonna have to go to them, the county.
Yeah, the school district would be probably the next stop to go
Yeah.
and speak public session there. That way they're aware on that end as well, from, the board would be aware on that end,
Yeah.
so.
We've sat and watched semis pull out through the middle of the kids. And I told our grandson and granddaughter to stay on the west side, not to cross that street until they get away from there.
Yeah, it's really busy at that time of day. It's a lot of traffic. I can see why they thought that would be a good spot, because there's places for parents to park,
It's
but
not.
not great for semi-traffic with the children.
No,
But
it's not safe.
yeah, hopefully they'll take us seriously in our ask to move, but we'll see how that goes.
Okay. All right, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else in the gallery who wishes to address council? All right, at this time I'm going to move into ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 818, first reading. An ordinance to rezone Lot 2, Hayes Simple Subdivision, City of Mills, Natrona County, Wyoming, from Manufactured Home District M-H to Manufactured Home Park District M-P.
I move that we approve ordinance 818 on a first reading.
Second.
Is there any discussion? How does council vote? Aye.
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 Motion passes. Resolution number 2024-35, a resolution for Elrod Addition, in addition to the City of Mills being a vacation and replat of Lot 19, Peterson Addition number 2, and Lot 2, Peterson Addition number 3, City of Mills, Natrona County, Wyoming.
I make a motion that we approve resolution number 2025-35.
24-35?
2024-35.
I'll second that.
Yes.
Is there any discussion? How does council vote? Aye.
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 Motion passes. Resolution number 2024-36, a resolution to establish new fees to defray city department costs and legal review fees to establish new fees to more accurately align with the current operating costs with the City of Mills, Natrona County, Wyoming.
I move that we approve resolution number 2024-36.
Second.
Any discussion? How does council vote? Aye.
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 Motion passes. Council approval, ambulance addendum.
I move that the council approves the ambulance addendum.
Second.
Is there any discussion? How does council vote? Aye.
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 Motion passes. Cleaning contract.
I would move that the council approves the cleaning contract.
Second.
Any discussion? How does council vote? Aye.
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 Motion passes.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
I would like to discuss it.
Overruled.
How does council vote?
Aye.
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 Motion passes.